Hi guys, a really warm welcome back to my channel. So today I'm feeling very reflective. I feel that now the children have gone back to school and I have actually some time to really process what has just happened this year. It's now late September and it's been a crazy year, right? So I really wanted to share some lessons and some financial advice and some mindset shift habits that have really changed since quarantine and going into lockdown, and hopefully it's going to provide you with some financial inspiration or advice if you are not already realizing these lessons that this crazy period of time has given us all. So I really do hope that you enjoy this video and it's giving you some value. So the first point that I hope we have all learned from this time, let me know in the comments if you have, or let me know any of these if they have applied to you, or if you've got new financial lessons that you can give us that you can share in the comments, please do below. The first thing is that we should all, without a doubt, have an emergency fund. Now, I've always had a fund that I didn't really kind of call an emergency fund. It was a savings fund that is always available if we should need it, but essentially an emergency fund. Now, if you don't know what that is, my personal recommendation is that it should be 6 months minimum of your monthly expenses. So if your expenses are £1,000 a month, you need £6,000 accessible in savings if you should need it. That's if you lose your job. Let's be honest, this very uncertain financial time at the moment, it's very possible. So you need that money in a pot should you need it. And the lesson here is that saving money is not optional. Having a pot of savings to call on if you should need it is not optional. You need to have that. So whether you can only save £10 a month, do it. If you want to get to a bigger goal, try and pull back. And I've got I don't even know, maybe over 100 videos on this channel, on the playlist, all about how to save money. So I'll link that in the description bar if you haven't watched it already. Okay, so lesson number 2 that I have learned during quarantine, and that really my no-buy year in 2019 really set me up for, is that you don't need to be spending on those unnecessary expenses. So let's have a think. What have we not been using since we've been in lockdown? Gym membership, coffees out, meals with friends, shopping, going to the cinema. All of these unnecessary expenses can be, if you need to, cut back on, because lockdown has taught us that we don't need to be doing these things because we haven't been able to. Personally, as I said, when I did my no-buy year, I cut out all of these spendings anyway, but if you didn't, it's an amazing reflection to look back on potentially how much you have saved during lockdown because you haven't been able to go out. So do yourself a favour, please take that additional money that you haven't been able to spend and put it into investments, put it into savings. Don't spend it on stuff you don't need. Guys, if you are enjoying this video and you're getting some value from it, please do give it a like because it does me a huge favour. It just helps my videos rank higher on YouTube just by hitting that like button. And while you're at it, you may as well subscribe, right, if you want to see more videos like this on money saving and tips for living your best life on a budget. Okay, number 3 of the lessons that I've learned during lockdown, and when I say I've learned, this is more like that we as a collective hopefully have learned, and if you haven't, then maybe try and take this video as inspiration to learn them, is that we need more than one stream of income because things are fragile. If you lose your job, you have no other income. Your eggs are in one basket, for example. That's kind of like the common saying here in the UK. I don't know if that's a saying over in the States or wherever you're watching from. Let me know if you've heard of the eggs in one basket comment. But what I would say is that you need to diversify your income. Think of different revenue streams, think of different ways you can make money, even if it is as simple as getting a weekend job in retail if you're studying and you didn't have a job, or you're depending on your student loan, or if you work 9 to 5, maybe think about doing something from home. You know, businesses have been born during this time. Obviously, a huge amount of businesses have failed, which is incredibly sad, but so many businesses have actually thrived and flourished and begun their life because of looking outside of the box and realizing that you need to diversify your income. So think about that. I've actually got a whole video on side hustles. I'll try and link it up here, or if I forget, then it'll be in the comment in the description bar for you. Okay, tip number 4 and lessons that you hopefully have learned is that you should be trying to invest some of your income. I am happy to do a video separately to this on my income and my investments. If you'd like to see that, let me know. But essentially, try and take a portion of your income, that coffee that you were buying every day or that meal out that you were going on once a week with your girlfriends, take that money and put it straight into either a stocks and shares ISA or day-to-day stocks and something that you can actually invest in. So I use a platform, well, two actually, but the platform I could recommend is Trading 212. And in fact, I'll leave a link for you in the description bar, which is a referral link. So all you need to do is invest £1 and you'll get a free share, and so will I. And I've actually had shares in Snapchat, in Under Armour, in a couple of other really quite big shares that are doing really well, so it's well worth doing. I think it's up to £100 that they could give you for free just for investing £1. But honestly, I cannot stress enough, I wish that I invested sooner in my life. I have another stocks and shares ISA with Vanguard that is just there and it just accumulates money, and the rate at the moment is insane. Stocks for certain companies have exploded during lockdown. Obviously things like tech companies, so Zoom, 60 times growth since last year because everyone suddenly started using Zoom. Also tech companies like Microsoft and home security like Adobe, or lots of businesses that have been selling selling technology for their staff to work from home. Some of the stocks have literally gone insane. Obviously other stocks have just completely failed and your money is at risk. I'm not a financial advisor, but that would be something that I would definitely recommend you look into and do your research. As I said, your funds are at risk, but for me it's been a brilliant way to boost my income and put my money somewhere that I know hopefully will grow over time. The fifth lesson, hopefully you guys have been learning during lockdown, is that you need to be tracking your expenses in and out, and you also need to be making sure your credit score is a-okay. So you want to be looking at what your money every month is coming in and how much that might be from your salary, from your child benefits, or from any other, dividends or anything like that that is actually coming into you, making sure you know exactly to the penny. I love to be very, very on it with the money in and the money out. Rich people know exactly what is in their bank account because they are on point with their finances. You also want to be making sure your credit score is good. If you do need to find a mortgage in this crazy time, you need to be really on it with your credit score. So make sure you know what's going out as well, because if you have got suddenly a bill for £900 that you didn't know was coming, you need to be ready for that money to be going out and having the money there for it as well. I think because COVID was such a curveball, no one saw it coming, potentially no one knew what this was going to happen to the economy, and those people that were on it with their finances, had saved, had budgeted, had the emergency fund, had the sinking fund, they have been in a really good position. So get yourself there. It's never too late. I did a whole video on money mistakes and the message was it's never too late. I've made so many myself, but here we are, we have saved, we have managed to get all of the money that we need for the house together, and it's never too late, even though we started really, really late. Oh, the sixth lesson, one of my favorites, is that we can live within our means. Literally, you don't need to spend over what you earn. You don't need to spend money on things you don't need, and living within your means is potentially has actually been forced upon you because you've had to tighten your belt, you've lost your job, you've been furloughed, you've lost 80% of your income. These things have come as a real curveball, but you've managed to live within your means. So when you go back to your 100% pay, that 20%, get it straight into savings, get it straight into your investments. Don't spend it. You've lived within your means. Just like, and I always use this anecdote, when I went on maternity leave, I suddenly went crashing down to 600, maybe even £500 a month. After going for a full-time income of quite well paid in the IT industry, it went crashing down after I think 6 months statutory maternity pay. But guess what? I still live within my means. So if I had known that when I was earning well, I could have saved that extra however much money each month because I actually didn't need it. So just try, live within your means, and if you have been doing that already, then keep up those really good habits when you go back to full pay. Okay, and number 7 is that you can pay off more debt. it's so important to pay the biggest payments you can, especially if it comes to your mortgage. Paying that off sooner is going to give you so much more financial freedom. Do those extra payments, do those extra money in that you didn't think you could do, because actually you're not spending it on other things given the situation at the moment. Pay off debt faster, pay it off earlier, and better off don't get into the debt in the first place. So there is so many more financial and money saving videos here on my channel. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments what else you'd like me to talk about and make a video, and I can do that for you. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, please. It's actually that side, because I watched it back the other day. I was like, damn, it's that side. I always say that side. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you're well and you're safe, and please keep washing your hands, wear your mask, and keep healthy. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.